Hello, darlings. It's Raymond with Haus of Darling Perfumier. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to day 3 of Danam. Kim and I have been exploring the Enchanting Vietnam discovery set from Danam, and we are here to finish it up. There's 9 fragrances in total, and we've thus far have smelled 6, and we're going to finish up the journey tonight with the last 3. Donita, welcome in. How are you doing, darling? Great to see you. World, how are you doing? All my Banana Republics, all right up there. We were talking about Banana Republic earlier. My overflows over there. I will have to send you some samples, especially that Oud Mosaic. See if you like that. So Kim is going to join me again tonight. If you haven't seen the other videos, they are up on my YouTube. I know the first one is. I do believe I got the second one being uploaded, but they will all be up there so that you can rewatch, comment, subscribe, share with others. And again, that's Haus of Darling Perfumier on YouTube. I'm going to send some invites out. We're going to get Kim in here. And we're going to continue our exploration of Danam. So let's go here. Alicia, welcome in. How are you doing? Perfect. You should... Oh, I've got a piece of paper right here. If that really is, I'm writing it down, world. And also, I'll just write you in the Discord so I can make sure as well. Perfect. I wrote it down. I'll write you in the Discord. We'll make it happen, okay? World is wearing Bricourt Farah. Very interesting name. I like that. Alicia, what is your scent of the evening? Please let me know. Today, my scent of the day was Aqua di Gio, and not the men's version, but it was the 1995 version. Hello, Kim. Welcome in. How are you? Beautiful fragrance. Peony, musk, pineapple, lemon, banana leaf. There was ylang ylang, lily of the valley, lily, hyacinth, rose, musk, cedarwood, sandalwood, amber. Tons of fragrances, or tons of notes in this fragrance. But it kind of gave me a feeling of 1990s, like crisp white shirts with denim and a good old pump hitting the city pavement. Really nice, fresh, aquatic, but not too watery. I really like that one. That was my scent of the day, Aqua di Gio. Alicia wore Amouage Lilac Love for the scent of the day, and tonight is wearing Estee Lauder Azure.
You want to see what I got today?
What are you up to, Kim?
My full bottle of Electric Heart by Michael Malal came in today.
Oh,
And they
were having a
sent,
sale that you were
they
mentioning
sent
now.
a sample of Rose and Honey and Jet Black Intense, which is men's fragrance. And I actually really enjoy this. This is very nice quality too, but it is basically a lookbook of all of their fragrances.
They have tons.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
but
so
I've never seen a brand send a lookbook.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's what I was kind of just meaning, like with a catalog as big as theirs, that they need something like that to send to everyone.
Yeah, so you get it tells you about the brand, and then it's nothing crazy. It's not like for, these gentlemen scents, like South Slope. It just gives you the notes. But then over in the Plus collection, which is, I guess, their newer ones, some of them they give like information.
Well, that's really
Like
nice.
sangria and saffron has like a whole like paragraph. But I like this. Like I mean I can go on their website and I can see all of that. Oh shit. Well, I can't see this. It gives you information on every single one of their perfumers.
That's really nice. I like that
Yeah.
when they highlight
That's and
perfumers.
and also, by the way, they have so many perfumers. One,
Yeah, there's a
they
couple.
have three,
I was gonna say there's a couple
six,
pages there.
9, 12, 15. They have 16 perfumers. But I really like this because while I could just go on their website and like look at stuff. I do enjoy this because I can mark down in a place where I will remember like the ones that I'm
Yeah, especially
actually interested
if you're
in.
more tactile. I really like that. Well, the interesting thing about all of the fragrances that we've been smelling from Denom is they are by one perfumer, and this one is on No. And they have made all of these fragrances that we've smelled thus far. Recap: we have smelled Harvest Season, White Rice, Monsoon Tea, Galat, In the Garden, and Fuquac. Now, I have to say this morning I still had Fuquac on my um hand, and that one is very enjoyable. I really like that one. The first three were a really great introduction, and then they ramped it up with the next three that we smelled because I really think that they were some of my favorites. In the
Get down.
Garden, hands down, great white floral fragrance. That one I think that one's so far my favorite. Oh, but that delight and that rose and like it's like rose and cedar and like lychee. So good. And so we've got three fragrances left of this Enchanting Vietnam. We're gonna smell Through the Forest, Pho Breakfast, and Vietnamese Coffee. So
Which
let's get started with the first one,
our live
Through the
yesterday is what
Forest.
influenced my scent of the day today. That's why, like, just talking about the Delight and then like the rose scent. That's why I ended up wearing Rose Era today.
I love that. And I'm gonna
Because I
have so much
haven't,
fun wearing these
yeah.
full day
But
and getting the full experience.
I haven't picked up Rose Era in a hot minute. Like sometimes you have them, and even though you can see them, you just kind of forget to wear them. So it was
Yeah.
like one of those situations. But since we were talking about it, I was like, oh, I haven't worn that in a hot minute, so that's what I wore today.
All right. So let's spray. This one is called Through the Forest. Oh, I like this one. Um, yeah, this is like oud, smoky, incensey.
This is camphor.
Yeah, there's a camphor feeling to it. I'm smelling
Well, let's
like
see.
leatheriness, maybe like leather and or saffron,
Okay, Through the Forest tells the story of Vietnamese men venturing deep into the
tobacco.
forest in search of prized oud. Before each trip, they kindle incense in their ancestral altar, praying for safety and fruitful voyage. The fragrance transports you into the heart of Vietnam's jungle as scents of ouds beckon. It's an ode to exploration, reverence, and the treasures hidden within nature's embrace. This is nice.
This
It's
is
like
good.
it is. It's a little smoky. It's woody, and then it's camphor.
And
It smells cold because of that camphor.
I don't make sense. Welcome in. We are smelling the rest of Enchanting Vietnam from Danam, and we just sprayed Through the Forest. And when I say smoky, in my experience, I'm not thinking like even campfire smoke. This is like light whiffs of like off of an incense or something, just like that light kind of whiff of a smoke. It's not heavy or dense or thick.
It's it's there, but Like it's only there just enough for you to tell that it's there.
Yeah.
I love
Like,
fragrances that have an element that make it smell cold or bubbly, like those, because I just think that that is such a cool thing to be able to accomplish, to make something smell sparkling or cold. And I'm really enjoying this because I do like a good nature earthy. I do like a good, woody fragrance, but like cold woods, because this smells like walking, like early morning walking through the woods, and you have like that mist, the morning misty fog.
the
And
haze.
so like,
Yeah.
yeah, like so like that chill that you feel as you're walking through the mist, even if the weather's nice, you have that chill because it's, little droplets of water getting all over your skin. That's what it
I
smells like.
would say even there is a, because it says spices, I would say maybe even like a hint of cinnamon, like Ceylon cinnamon. I'm kind of getting that earthy type of sweet spice. Again, it's not sweet in that sense, but sweet spice
Yeah.
like a cinnamon, kind of like that.
As it like settles on the skin,
So good.
the oud starts coming out more, and you could just, it has that underlying like smoked smell, like someone smoked the oud the way you would, smoke ribs or something. Like that's what it smells like. It smells
Alicia
like
said
someone
leaves. Oh,
smokes
God.
the oud.
Alicia said leave the coffee for last. Sounds like her jam.
Alicia
Love those kind of
said I
stories
would not
with
walk through a
fragrances. Gotta
forest, but
check
I
this
would
one
love
out.
to smell it. Alicia.
Yeah, there's something kind of cypress like all of the notes that are kind of coming together are also kind of creating like this leathery cypress leaf mixed with oud and a foggy haze. It's
So
really, really
the
pretty.
the top notes are elemi. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, so
Black pepper,
Lemmy is a.
saffron.
Mhm.
What is it?
No, keep on going.
The heart is incense, spices, tobacco, and the base is oud, sandalwood, and vanilla. I really get
Ooh,
like
the tobacco, yeah, because I picked that
the
out
oud,
too.
yeah, the oud, the tobacco, and then I think you're right because you were saying like the smoke that you smell is like what's lifting off an incense. So maybe that's where that's coming from.
Yeah.
I do smell something woody, but I wouldn't say, oh, that's definitely sandalwood. Like,
No, I don't think I would pick that out either.
no,
I'm definitely
I
smelling
can
the
pick.
oud.
I can, pick out like the woody, kind of like slightly under the woody oud, but I wouldn't go, oh, this has sandalwood.
Thank you, Alicia. So yeah, Lemmy's from a tree, and I usually get like a resiny balsamic feeling from it, like a incense. But the difference with a Lemmy for me specifically is I feel like it has a lemon kind of top note itself. To me, I always kind of associate like a lemon or bergamot feeling to it too. Ooh, this one's nice.
This one
And it's not
is very enjoyable.
but it's not dark to me either. Like this isn't like a dark forest or something. This feels lighter and airy to me in some way as well.
This is walking through the forest at like dawn, just before the sun comes up.
Yeah, you said it exactly right at the beginning. I'm seeing some greens and some blues and some yellows with this one.
I will say this, of the seven that we have smelled so far, um, I think this one most closely goes with the description that they gave. You know what I
These are the
mean?
colors that I am seeing for through the forest.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh yeah. That tobacco is starting to kick up now, and it almost brings a slight sweetness with it too. Um, and it works really well with that oud. This one's
I
good.
like it. I like it on the paper, but it's better on the skin. On the paper, for me, what I'm noticing is that cold camphor is it's not just lingering, which I would enjoy. It's starting to overwhelm the rest of it a little bit. It's that on the paper, that camphor feeling is starting to eclipse everything else. But on skin, that cold camphor feeling, like it had a moment and then it left and made room for everything else.
So this is getting even more blue for me
so good.
as it's going on. And I am really getting the sweetness of like a sweet spice like cinnamon, and it maybe even mixed in with that tobacco. Like I feel like the tobacco and the spices are really doing some yummy things mixed here with the alemi and the oud. I like this one a lot.
I think it's like unisex, slightly leaning a little bit more towards masculine.
There's also something that I'm seeing in mine too, in my mind, that's almost vibrational. There seems to be something vibrational about this fragrance. That's the energy that I'm feeling from it. Like it's humming, or it's radiating outward. There's a vibration to this. I like this one a lot. This is calming. This is meditating. This is remembering, honoring, all of those adjectives. It feels like that. It feels very personal too. Ooh, yeah, yeah, that one is good. Ooh. Today's gonna be our officially, it's gonna be over our scented pages with Denom, so I might have to wear that one tomorrow. I'm liking that.
It's top notch. And I'm kind of sad that we did it first because it just raised the bar for the other two so high.
Right? Because like I said, we started out with some really good introductions, and then I thought yesterday's were like phenomenal. This one is going a little bit above that, and so yeah, what's going to happen with pho breakfast and Vietnamese coffee? Again, these
Like,
are the colors I'm seeing for Through the Forest, and we're getting some type of incensey, smoky walk through the forest at dawn feeling and vibes. Humes, welcome in. Great to see you. What is your sense of
I'm
the
gonna
evening? Please let me know.
I'm gonna give it a 9 because it's not perfect, but it's really good. But
Uh,
we'll see what happens on when we readdress it.
let's see. World, that is the brand Denom, if that's what you're asking. Okay. Oh, yes, Through the Forest. Thank you, Alicia, for backing me up there. And again, Humes, what is your sense of the evening? What are you up to? Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is getting more blue in my mind. And the blue is also changing. It's no longer like this. It's getting like a deeper, darker blue. Yeah, I like this one. I can see myself. I don't know why, just like I see myself in some type of like temple or church, big wooden pillars and sculptures and things around. Incense are lit. And again, there's some vibrational pattern that's happening with this one that I am really kind of liking with that. Humes is
All right.
wearing Infinite Love.
So here's my one problem, and for me, it's almost maybe a significant problem. If I left the house more, it would be a significant problem that I have with this one.
What's
Of the 7 that we've
that?
tried, this is the only one that has left my skin oily. Look at that. Like
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
got
has a
that.
higher concentration. None of the
Yeah,
other ones have done that. So I would be concerned about spraying this on my clothes.
great observation there. I just don't give a shit about stuff like that. James,
But some people do.
they
I
do.
mean, not me, because lately I've just been buying like ridiculous shirts off of Temu. Honestly, I bought my son like 7 random ass raccoon shirts. But like some people spend actual money on nice clothes for their good job. So this could be a problem for someone. Like, could you imagine spending like $75 on like a high-end dress shirt and then ruining it by spraying a perfume that has too high of a concentration on it?
Very thoughtful of you. Gems, what is your scent of the evening? Please let us know. Again, this is through the forest, and the main things that I'm getting is like saffron, incense, tobacco, and oud with some vanilla. I'm liking it a lot. Really, really nice.
That oud is definitely king, but it's not overbearing
No,
because
not at all.
oud in a fragrance can sometimes be well, oud in general, it can just be overbearing. Like it could just be too much. This is like the perfect amount of oud. It is definitely like up there, but like with all the different scents, like it's definitely taking priority, but it's not masking everything else, and it's not like oppressing
And
everything else.
I wonder if I wonder if it could be because that sandalwood is in there too, maybe rough, smoothing its edges out and stuff like that, along with the vanilla. I
Probably.
really like this one, Through the Forest, and I think a lot of people would really like this one as well, especially
Yeah,
if you
Alicia's
like
a oud girly.
tobacco, saffron, leathery, woody fragrances. Put this one on your list, Through the Forest. Alicia, I agree. Don't care about the oils. I actually had to start wearing undershirts with some of my other shirts because I was getting just my body oil. Because I get out of the shower and I lather myself up with vitamin E and then whatever perfume oils I got. And it was like transferring to my shirts and like staining them. And so I just started wearing undershirts and fixed the problem right there. Okay, let's go into the next one. The next one that we have is Fa Breakfast.
Ray is oily.
Ray is oily. Yes, I am. It is my favorite
Alicia.
thing to do. Just right after the
Queen.
shower, still being a little bit wet, and just body oil and lather up. Ugh, it's my favorite. My favorite.
All right, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to smell some coffee beans because this is just all up in my nose.
All right. So now we're gonna spray Fa Breakfast. Now this is one that intrigues me because I'm like, I've eaten pho, so I'm like, I know what that tastes like, and I'm thinking like anise, and I'm thinking like ginger, basil, cilantro, and so I'm like, how is that going to be translated in a fragrance here?
Pho
I'm kind of
breakfast.
hoping just like that.
Pho breakfast captures the experience of savoring beef pho, Vietnam's national dish. This fragrance mirrors the dish's core ingredients, echoes the warmth of spice blend, and weaves in hints of fresh herbs like basil and cilantro. While not a literal translation, pho breakfast invites you to appreciate the dish's complex symphony of aromas and tastes.
No, I think they did a really, really good job.
Oh, this is nice. This is a bright, herby. You can really
This reminds
smell that basil.
this reminds me of a fern fragrance. Also, on top of that, this kind of gives me a little bit of a hint to that MFK fragrance that you were talking about, that Aqua Colonia Media or whatever that one. Yeah,
Aquamedia. Like
the Forte. Oh, so yeah,
you
I,
could
I definitely do get that feeling at the very beginning. There's like a anise quality here that's a little bit licoricey, but then you also get the basil and like the cilantro feeling,
yeah, that
cardamom.
herb is like
It's
it's a
so
really nice
delicious.
the nice blend of the basil and cilantro. And there's that ginger which gives it that heat and spice. Like this, I can picture like sitting over a bowl of aromatic broth and just inhaling it. Okay. So the top notes are star anise, charred ginger, fresh basil, heart is cilantro, cardamom, grapefruit, and the base is patchouli and cedarwood. I definitely can smell that ginger, the basil, the cilantro, the cardamom, the grapefruit. I don't get the star anise as much.
Mm.
Um, and I don't really get at the moment the patchouli or cedarwood. But I feel like that charred ginger, because it's like got that almost like spice, way about it. It's like a sharp end note to your inhale, like when you're inhaling the breath, like you just get hit with like a quick sharp of that ginger. So it's there and it balances things, but it doesn't overwhelm, because ginger can overwhelm.
This was making me really happy. On my skin, the one thing that is just a little off-putting, I guess, is the grapefruit, because the grapefruit's really singing on my skin. And when I think of fa, I don't really think grapefruit per se. I think some type of citrus, but not grapefruit. I digress. But this one is really pretty. It's very herbaceous. And I am getting like these colors of like oranges and yellows and reds and
But I think the thing with
green.
the grapefruit, if you
It goes so well with it
ignore,
though.
yeah, it does. If you ignore that it is supposed to encapsulate the essence of pho, then
It's there.
then the grapefruit isn't an off-putting
No,
weird addition.
no, not
Yeah,
at all.
this is a beautifully balanced, bright, herbaceous fragrance. Damn. I was like,
You thought
after through the forest, I was
you thought
talking
it
shit
was.
about the bar being so high, and this one said, "Hold my beer."
Hi Janelle, welcome in. We are smelling fragrances from Danam. This is chapter 1, Enchanting Vietnam. We're smelling pho breakfast, and here are the colors that I am seeing.
Oh, oh, it's so good.
So like yellows and oranges into this like green color here. This is really good. If you
I'm
like an herbaceous fragrance, I'm talking handfuls of like cilantro or basil. This will be for you.
I
And again,
really enjoy the smell of basil.
me too.
Did you try when Sniff's secret menu had the soda and the pizza one? Did you try
Yes.
the pizza one?
Yes.
That
Beautiful
I
basil.
found, yeah, I found that very enjoyable because of the beautiful
It was like
basil,
basil and iris. It was such a
with
beautiful fragrance.
just like
Yeah.
a under undernote of tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I ended up
beautiful.
returning that because I bought the set. I need to actually buy that one because I do enjoy that one, but I bought it as a set, and the soda snob, to me, it smelled like lemon cleaner, and I don't want to smell like lemon cleaner.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
got this
that's
set
just how it
too.
smelled on me. And I before I bought it, because that it is weird. Before I bought it, I watched like a lot of reviews from perfume people to see if it,
Yeah.
even though you can try and then return it for your money back. I still was like, okay, well, I'm still fronting, like $100 and something, so let me just get it. So I've
Lemon
seen a lot of
cleaner?
people really enjoy it. On my skin, it smells like lemon floor cleaner. I
Interesting.
don't know why.
I really like that one because I do enjoy
Yeah,
soda fragrances.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know why. I had really high hopes for it based on what other people were saying, but for whatever reason, on my skin, it smells like a lemon-based floor cleaner. So I ended up sending it back, and I just haven't gotten around to ordering the pizza one because I really did enjoy that
Slice.
pizza one.
It's called Slice Society. Yeah, it's really pretty iris and um, what was I know we were just talking about? Why
Basil.
did it go away? Thank you, basil. Which brings us
I'm
back over to pho breakfast. If
I'm
you
giving this
like
an I'm giving this a
herbaceous
9.5.
If you like herbaceous fragrances, I think you should try this one out. I definitely do get the anise, the ginger, the herbaceous basil, and
It's like
some
it's
citrus.
bright. Yeah, it's bright because of the citrus, and then it's herbaceous because of the basil and the cardamom, and then it's just got that little bit, or the basil and cilantro, and then she's got that little bit of spice from the ginger and the cardamom, and it is just so lovely.
In my mind as well, I do see a motion that's happening, and it's like an embracing or like hugging. I don't know. I feel like this is like a hug as well, or I should be hugging while wearing this fragrance. What I'm seeing in my mind, which is interesting.
If you were
No,
wearing this
Janelle,
fragrance, I
lemon
would definitely
cleaner,
hug you.
lemon cleaner is never a no bueno. So
Oh,
that one is yummy. I like
so
that one.
good.
And again, tonight we have been spraying on the included scent strips that they give to you when you buy a discovery set. $59, did we say last night?
Yeah,
I can look it up out of here.
$59.
Yeah, $59. Really great value, I think. On is it that the name? Yes. On No, I has done all of these fragrances from chapter one, and I think they are telling a really, really beautiful story. And it has been
Which,
developing and unfolding in a upward trajectory for like every fragrance that we've tried has just gone up, 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 up and up and up and up.
but this is something that I figured out and talked to Ray about last night. But if you buy the Denom Discovery set, get it from Denom, because if you purchase it through their website and then use that same email to purchase a full-size bottle afterwards, they have a code on the page for this to save $30 off a full bottle. It's not a code that you get if you buy. It is a code that exists, but it won't work unless it's tied to an email that has already purchased the Discovery set.
Thank you for letting us know about that reminding. And again, like Alicia said earlier, all of their bottles come in 50 ml sizes for $160. They do offer one at bigger bottle, but that's besides the point. All of them come in 50 mils.
Well,
Either
all right, but we were talking about that yesterday too. That's the Memories of Japan. That's the Japanese whiskey because it looks like a Japanese whiskey bottle, and that's why it's so
and
big.
that's the size they come in. Yeah, it was really, really cool when you told me that too. I was like, what? I love that.
Yeah.
So this brings us to the end of our journey of Enchanting Vietnam. The
The
whole
reason
reason why I
we're all
bought this
here,
discovery set
the
was
reason
because
we're
this
here.
blew up everywhere. I don't like coffee to drink, but I do enjoy it as a scent. And this is Vietnamese coffee. I'm sure
I
maybe
like
you've heard of this
coffee to
one.
drink so much that I have a $1,500 super automatic coffee
I
maker.
love that.
It
Flex
makes me
that.
It makes me very happy. I can make cappuccinos and lattes and espressos. So it's the only super automatic that also makes drip coffee. So when I don't want anything fancy, I could just make a cup of drip coffee.
Okay, I didn't even spray on my skin yet, but it's quite floral for a coffee fragrance.
Alicia,
Oh,
that pho breakfast kicked through the forest ass, which was really hard for it to do because that bar was real high.
oh wow. So
Oh my God,
this coffee,
it it is a strong coffee with like a really sweet creamy note.
so I'm feeling like there's so when you bake a cake, you can opt to put in chocolate or sorry, coffee into a chocolate cake to enhance the coffee. No, I'm saying that all wrong. When you bake a chocolate cake, you can put in coffee to enhance the chocolate flavor. Kim, are you gone? Where'd you go? I think Kim is gone. Technical difficulties. And so that's what it feels like is happening here. Oh, you're back. Okay, perfect. That's what it feels like is happening here. It feels like this is um, coffee that's being put into a chocolate cake batter mix. There's also something florally going on here too. I'm smelling like some type of white floral, so maybe magnolia or gardenia. And Kim is gone. Technical difficulties. Lisa said, I've eaten pho breakfast and I would like to walk in the forest. All of them, right? Oh, that basil is so good. I like that one a lot with the pho breakfast. This Vietnamese coffee, again, it smells like I'm making a chocolate cake, and then we're adding in dry roasted coffee, and then we're also adding in the dark steeped uh, already brewed coffee as well. Let's see if we can get Kim back in here. Once you leave, it doesn't like to get you back in. Oh, there she is. Perfect.
So Instagram decided now would be a very good time to update its app. Or my
Oh,
phone
okay.
decided. Yeah, so it closed down and did an update against my wishes.
No, I think you agreed when you got an Android.
I probably put it in my Play Store because I used to use
No,
I
I
did
think
a
it's
lot
yeah,
more.
it's an Android. So
It's
that's
not
fine.
an Android thing. It's something that I
No,
did agree to.
I'm pretty sure it's an Android
Because
thing.
because when I used to use Instagram more, when I used to post my art instead of keeping it for myself, I wanted to make sure that the app was always updated.
So I'm getting again, I was saying like a chocolate cake batter that I'm putting in the dry roasted coffee and then also brewed coffee, like both different types of coffee in there to enhance the chocolate cake. There's also some
Did
white
you
floral in here. No, I haven't
did
read
you
it
read
yet. Or
it? Okay.
no. I also feel like there's a white floral in here, like gardenia or magnolia. And that's what's bringing like the creaminess, the milkiness to the chocolate.
Okay.
This one is damn good.
So, Vietnamese coffee EDP honors Vietnam's delightful brew crafted from dark roasted Robusta beans, which exude a bold caramel chocolate richness and a pronounced bitterness that harmonizes exquisitely with creamy condensed milk. Topped with ice, it becomes an iconic drink known as, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, sorry guys, the perfect way to start the day for most Vietnamese. Top notes, roasted coffee. Heart notes, dark chocolate, condensed milk, and nougat. Base notes, tonka bean, amber, and cedarwood.
I'll try to say it. Cafe Surada. Cafe
Sure.
Surada. And I've never had Vietnamese coffee myself because, again, I'm not a huge coffee drinker. But Janelle, you were saying that you don't want it to be too prominent. There is another fragrance that I know from Nose of Gatsby called Double Espresso that takes you, punches you in the face with espresso 16 times, and then just leaves you on the side of the road as a victim. This is not that. This because I'm guessing of the lily of the valley, I kept saying it's actually quite floral. It's almost as if you're smelling the coffee, or drinking coffee and smelling that while you are around like the coffee blossom too. Like it's almost all types of coffee, the bean, the blossom. It's quite florally. I think you would enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's got that little bit of floral. You could smell the chocolate, you could smell the coffee, and it is a little sweet. So the Vietnamese coffee is condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk,
Yeah.
and there is a thing. So it is a slow
Oh yeah,
drip
yes.
over.
Slow. Okay.
But if you look at a picture before it's mixed, so if I've seen it made with ice already in the glass and then the condensed milk, and I've seen it made where they put in the ice afterwards. So if you look at a picture of it after the coffee has been dripped down and before it's been mixed, the condensed milk is almost half. So it's almost half and half coffee and half sweetened condensed milk. Um, so I think that's why trying to capture this smell, why the coffee portion isn't as strong.
Okay.
Not as strong as you would assume a fragrance with the word coffee in the name would
Coffee
be.
to be. Yeah.
But if you are familiar with Vietnamese coffee, another way that you can indicate is look how light, light the coffee is.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
because it has got a lot of cream in it. So again, that will really, for lack of a better word, water down the strength of that coffee
Yeah. When
smell.
I first sprayed it, I said, "Oh, this is quite florally. Like it does have that lily of the valley does come through. It is there. There's a creaminess, there's a white floral that's there, which actually works really, really well with the bitterness of the coffee. And then it's all sweetened up there with the tonka bean and the chocolate. This one is really good. And these are the colors that I am seeing for Vietnamese coffee.
Yeah, I exclusively use Lavazza espresso beans from Italy. That's it. That's all I use.
My husband loves the Lavazza. That was his
Because
favorite.
Lavazza is the best. I traveled all over Europe
You
and
did. You
got
have. Yeah.
coffee all over Europe, and the best coffee that I had anywhere, including but not limited to Italy, was when they had carried Lavazza.
Alicia, you're so funny. Alicia says so after her walk, she's gonna go get some coffee, then eat some white rice. World says Datuma Azuma is the greatest coffee fragrance ever. Who makes that? Please let me know. Alicia says favorite coffee is Theodoros Calatina's Coffee Addict. It slaps. Janelle says, I love a good floral. This sounds like an interesting hybrid of florals and coffee. It really, really is. I do get that white florals, and these are the colors that I am seeing.
Yeah,
Such a pretty palette.
it's it's a good hybrid, but like it falls in a weird space where I wouldn't call it a gourmand and I wouldn't call it a floral. It just exists like somewhere in the middle. It's that center section in the Venn diagram. If you have a Venn diagram of gourmand and floral, it's like that little bit in the middle. Because it just has
This is
just enough of a floral scent for you to tell that the floral's there, but not enough for you to say this is a floral fragrance. And it has just enough of that sweet, creamy coffee scent to say that it is there, and it is slightly more prominent than the floral, but it's not enough to say, like, this is a true gourmand by any stretch of the
and this has
imagination.
the same oil trail as Through the Forest.
Not
This one's like
as bad as this one. Look, it's still, like,
this one is leaving a
I'm
trail on me
shiny
as
as
well, though.
hell.
I would say this is a photorealistic coffee. And again, I don't have that association with the Vietnamese coffee or even drinking coffee a lot myself. But in my mind, I see myself baking a cake, a chocolate cake. Really yummy. It's deep. It pulls down. It has this kind of like sinking feeling.
Yeah,
Very enjoyable.
this is so good because I make espresso with sweet condensed milk sometimes, so that it really does kind of remind me of that.
Janelle's favorite coffee is a more cafe. It's not too coffee crazy. Mm. I think we really ended on a good note here. The last six really blew my panties off. Not that the first three weren't good at all. I just felt like they were really good introductions to the discovery, and then it just ramped up from there and it kept on going. So again, let's have a little bit of a recap. Tonight
Well,
we
so
started out
I'm gonna
with
give
Through the
Vietnamese coffee a
Forest.
9 because it is very good, but it is not better than pho breakfast, which I gave a 9.5.
What about Through the Forest?
So through the forest initially got a 9.
I would even say people who like Cade also in a fragrance. I feel like this has kind of that cypriol, Cade, charred wood, oud feeling. It was very, very blue, and now it has turned kind of ashy and brown. Oh, this is good.
That it's very light, but that cold camphor thing has started to come back a little
Oh, for
bit
you it has.
for
I was
me.
gonna say for me, I felt like
Yeah,
that's gone.
it was like really intense in the beginning, and then it went away. So it was like a moment, um, but it's very light, and it's like floating along the top. But it kind of came back for a little revival.
Lacey, I think you'll like Through the Forest then, because it does have that kind of charred wood feeling going on. It's really, really nice. I like it.
Yeah,
Definitely like
it's
charred
like
roasted wood, burnt
yeah,
incense.
like smoked oud. There's that. Oh, God, I can't remember. They do it in the Middle East. It's where they have the burner where they burn the fragranted oud pieces. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? I can't think of what it's called, and that's super gonna bother me. But that's kind of what it's making me think of because it's the oud is very very prominent, but it does smell a little smoky. So in my mind, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like that, oud incense situation.
I'm still getting a connection too with cinnamon. I'm smelling some type of cinnamon in this one. I don't know why. These are the colors that I'm seeing, but I'm going to
Yeah,
go
I
ahead
don't
and
get that.
add in a now brown color. So these are the colors that I'm seeing for through the forest. Very incensey, smoky. You are in the forest, and I'm getting a vibrational, some type of pattern with that one.
I would
Then,
still call it unisex, but as it settles, because initially I said it's unisex that leans slightly masculine. I would say as it's settling, it leans it's still unisex, but it leans more it's like moving towards a more masculine
yeah,
fragrance. Um,
strong.
but, but it's really good. I still leave it at a 9. I don't think it's any worse than it was the first time I smelled it. I don't really think that it's any better. It is still a very solid fragrance that I would absolutely wear the shit out of. It's called Denam.
Next, we sprayed Fa Breakfast, which is such a delight. It's really uplifting, bright citrus. You have to like basil and herbs because that's exactly what it is. It's an herbaceous fragrance with a little bit of citrus, and then you're getting some anise, some ginger, some cardamom.
So on me, the citrus has toned down, so it's kind of at the same level of the basil and the cilantro now. Um, and then just hovering underneath that is you're getting that spicy, like that cardamom and ginger.
Yeah, the cardamom is
It
really
is
starting to kick up for me
so
now.
good. It is so good.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, the Discovery set's only $59. They do have a chapter 2 out now called Japan
Memories of Japan.
Memories of Japan. So I love that they are expanding and coming out with new fragrances
Oh,
because I'm really enjoying this discovery of Vietnam. Very enchanting, as the name
this
says.
is so,
And
so
then
good.
the last one we sprayed was, colors I saw for Fa Breakfast. Recap really quick. These are the colors that I saw. And then we ended with Vietnamese coffee. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the
This is a white floral coffee fragrance.
I'm I'm smelling as it's settling that dark chocolate that was kind of underneath the coffee is starting to come up even with the coffee. So now it smells like a dark chocolate coffee.
There we go. Dark
So
chocolate. This is a dark chocolate coffee. How am I trying to say this?
dark chocolate
White
coffee floral.
floral dark chocolate coffee fragrance. There we go. A white floral dark chocolate coffee fragrance.
See, I would go the other way. I would say a dark chocolate coffee white floral because I feel like the dark chocolate and coffee are above. There's a little. It's a little stronger than the floral. I feel like the floral's underneath. As for performance, it depends. I will say that yesterday I had Delat on my right wrist and I had Faquap on my no, I'm sorry. I know my lefts and rights, people. I had Delat on my left wrist and I had Faquap on my right wrist. And I ended up talking to Ray at around 11:30, and I couldn't really smell the Faquak anymore, but I could still smell the Delat. Now, where that's interesting is because we were talking on the phone, so it was an audible situation. Ray said he could still smell the Faquak, so it's going.
Wow.
to vary, on your pH. I think that if it was on clothing, it would perform very well because fragrance does not dissipate as fast on your clothing because it doesn't absorb in the way it does on your skin.
Yeah.
But I go to bed generally because of insomnia around 2 in the morning, and I could still smell the Delight on me at 2 in the morning. And we started this at
At
8:30
8:30.
in the
Yeah.
evening
Our
before.
scent
So
strip, the lot is so strong still. The Vietnamese coffee, again, for me, I got at the very beginning when I sprayed it, and I'm still getting now that white floral. So if you think that this would be just like too much because maybe you don't like coffee, it is there. It is there. But I really feel like that white floral adds something so special and unique. And these are the colors that I am seeing. Janelle, the packaging is really, really pretty, isn't it? Janelle
no,
also says, wants
the
to know, which,
pho breakfast is the one with the basil.
yes. And Janelle wants to know which one you think is suitable for fall, the most suitable.
I'm the worst person to ask because not only do I not describe or subscribe to fragrances being gendered, I also don't do
The
seasons.
season.
It is spring right now, and I will straight up wear replica autumn vibes
And you
because I wear what,
subscribe
yeah, like,
and you subscribe to a house that sends fragrances based on the season.
right, and year round I'll wear the winter one. Um, that's
Janelle, the lot we smelled yesterday, and that one smells like Mugler Angel Nova, a lychee rose with cedar. So if you want to see that, it's on my YouTube. If you want to see the reaction to that one, but that one was the lot. The lot's really, really yummy. I thought
yeah,
that one was
Delight was
great.
really nice.
Janelle says favorite chocolate is Gritty Duquesa. I've only smelled one from Gritty, and that was Hysterica. And I believe that was like tuberose overdose. It was so good. Alicia wants the male Fusini sampler. Get it, and let's do a live together. That one's 19 fragrances. That'll take us a whole damn month to do. But get it.
Which one is it?
I think it's like 135. Male Fusini. It's 19 fragrances.
Okay, well, the commodity was 18 and it was $46. So,
Hush
and it
your
comes with a
Matthew.
$46 credit towards a full bottle.
Yes,
I'm just saying. That sampler is almost the price of a full bottle of commodity. So, do you want to try and rank all of them?
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
I'm gonna
I'm
put
going to
them
have to.
in. I'm gonna put them in order here. So let's.
Me too, because I throw away the scent strips because I don't have
Oh, I
anywhere to put
don't. They're
them.
all here. I've got all of my stuff. Like when I do these scented pages, it's like my office and my desk almost becomes like a mausoleum. You cannot touch anything. Like everything has to stay exactly where it was until I'm done with the whole scented pages. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a autistic 8-year-old and 5 cats, so
Okay. Okay.
shit has to be locked down.
So while we are trying to rank these, I want to let you all know who are here and spread the word that the next scented pages is with Kim, and we're going to be doing Maison Dieto. And then after that, it's going to be Kim again with Alicia, and we're going to be doing Sana Jardin. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for the next couple of scented pages that are going to be coming up with my friends here, because after that, all the scented pages I have are just me going to be solo, which is going to be fine. But if you want to know which ones are up, that way you can buy some of those and maybe even join me, or maybe you already have them. Send me a DM, join the IG channel, get my Discord link. I have tons of ways to get a hold of me. Let me know. Let me
Um,
know.
type up like a list instead of a
Image.
screenshot of
You know what?
Alicia, if you send me a cat, so help me Jesus, I will stop being your friend for like a little while. because I kind of love you a bit. But I don't
Oh,
need another cat. I never wanted one cat, and I have 5. Please.
Alicia, we both need some sugar daddies. Absolutely. We both need some sugar daddies. Okay. So I'm
I
gonna
think
go.
I've got it. Oh, no, so I was going to say, can you type up a list instead? Because I know you wrote it on your whiteboard and then you took a picture, but if you type a list, then I can copy it and put it in my notes because then I can, that's how my brain works because then I can move it around and rearrange it by like
Well, all
my
I
interest
know, all I
priority.
know is even with the whiteboard picture, if you would have taken your iPhone and put it
I
up to it,
swear,
you can copy the
right?
notes and then it automatically does it for you. But I can send you the Excel file. That way you can copy and paste that way,
Raymond,
okay?
middle name unknown. I don't feel the need to disclose your last name, so I don't know if you want people knowing that.
Oh my gosh.
Rude.
I'm just saying, you could do a lot with an iPhone. You can do
Rude.
a lot with an iPhone.
iPhones are trash.
You can do a lot with an iPhone, darling. Let me tell ya.
What I'm hearing is you hate me and don't want to be friends anymore.
oh, oh, you are so dramatic, and I love it. I love it. Okay, here. Then we're gonna go here. Then we're gonna go here. We're gonna go. Here. Okay, so go ahead and let's reveal. You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's start
Well,
with
I'm just going to
your.
read it out.
Yeah, let's start with your number
Number
1.
1, pho breakfast.
Mine is in the garden.
Oh, what a coincidence. I put in the garden on the very bottom.
Hater.
It's because it's the white floral. No, it's very nice. I put it at the bottom because I can't wear it. Not because it's not a good fragrance, because I did think it was a nice fragrance. I can't, but you know, as we discussed, I can't wear white floral, so I've got to put
Yeah,
that at the bottom.
yeah, I gotcha.
Which the difference between that and the Vietnamese coffee, which does have that white floral element, is that the Vietnamese coffee is not a white floral perfume. And that's why it doesn't bother me because it's there, but it's not a constant, it's that concentrated in your face white floral that
Yeah,
gives me the headache. And
I
that's
can
what
see.
in the garden is.
So mine, yes, it's definitely white florals. And that is my number 1, and yours is Fall Breakfast. What's your number 2?
Through the forest.
Mine is Dela. I am just
I did through the
obsessed
forest.
with that. Like, and again, it doesn't have lychee in it. What does it have in it? Juniper berry, cypress, red wine, rose, magnolia, peony, cedarwood, cypriol, and musk. But if you've ever smelled Mugler, Angel Nova,
Mm-hmm.
that lychee and rose and cedar, it's that bitch, and I love her. Love her.
Yeah, I did through the forest, but you know, I tend to lean more toward, you know, like Alicia, I tend to lean more towards dark and dirty fragrances. And so of all of them, this is the dark and dirty one. It just didn't surpass that herbal citrus of breakfast, which is so good.
What's your third?
Vietnamese coffee.
Mine is the Foucault. Really love that one. I think that actually got better in the dry down,
Mm-hmm.
and I was more
I
impressed with it
yeah.
this morning when I woke up and I still smelled it. I was like, oh, that was so good. Like, I really like that one, and I think it's a great marine fragrance without being like cologne-y and stuff. It was a very interesting marine fragrance. I liked it.
I put that one more towards the bottom because it was a very good fragrance, but on me, the longevity just
And I
wasn't there.
want to go to the island because if they say this is what the island smells like take me there. All right, what was your number 4?
It was the lot because it is a delightful fragrance
Mine's white
that
rose.
rose, has rose, but is in fact not a rose fragrance, in my opinion, despite the fact that it says it is an innovative rose. Well, it says it's
Janelle.
an innovative rose scent, but
Janelle,
so
I
I
have
like it.
not smelled that Marc Jacobs elixir or perfect elixir either. Yes, this is a great island fragrance. It's marine without being like cowlony and synthetic. It smelled like a really nice spa. Like it was really, really great. The Foucault had green peppercorn, citrus, galbanum, ocean oats, musette, orange flower, cedar, amber, and vetiver. All right. White rice was again my number four. What was your number five?
Harvest season.
Mine was Vietnamese coffee. Number six.
Monsoon tea, which I absolutely love, but much like Phuket, which is number seven, they had performance issues on my skin.
Mine is Fat Breakfast. Then what is your number? Where are we at?
Or
One,
what?
two,
Oh,
three, four,
sorry.
five, six, seven.
Seven is the Fragcomm, and same
Perfect.
with it's the same as the Monsoon tea. It just had a performance issue. It is such a nice fragrance, and if it lasted longer on my skin, it would be towards the top.
Mine's Through the Forest. I do enjoy these fragrances, these darker fragrances. But like I've been telling people, maybe over the last 6 months to a year, I've really had to confess to myself that I'm a floral, musky, fruity girl. And not that I don't like these darker fragrances, but I think I've just changed. When I first got into perfumery, into the game and stuff, I liked the vetiver and the dark, deep woodsies, and I've kind of just moved on a little bit. Not that I don't enjoy them anymore, but you know what I mean? I just kind of changed and I really like these other like floral fruity fragrances.
my
So good.
my fragrance taste is bright some citrus and running through a dark forest from running
Love
away
it.
from shadows and being scared shitless, dark, dirty,
I
gross. Like
love
that's it.
trees.
There's no in between. I like really bright, lovely citrus and then like dirt. Like
What was your number eight?
white rice
Mine was monsoon tea, and your number nine.
was in the garden.
And mine is harvest season.
Yeah.
So we've went on a journey through Vietnam. It's going to be fun to go through all these in full day wears. I do something called Sniff Trysts, which is not going to work here because I usually like to do those to introduce a perfumer, but the same perfumer's done all of these. Either way, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to wear each one of these and then write a story to go along with them. So make sure you're following me on my page so you can see when I post these on my Instagram. If you want to see part two or part one, that's on my YouTube, where number three is going to be as well. Hello, Marciel. So go find me there, House of Darling Perfumier, and make sure that you go subscribe, comment, and share with other fragrance freaks. What were you going to say?
That is on the agenda, the Memories of Japan,
Yeah,
Alicia. That's something that we want to do. One, because we have really enjoyed this house. And when we first got this one, that chapter two didn't exist.
yeah,
I'm
it didn't
very
at
interested
all.
in it because I'm very curious as to how these fragrances, um, what, if any of them will like pull on my memories of the 7 years I lived in Japan when I was a
In
child.
Japan, yeah. So
Yeah.
you have a really unique perspective to be able to add
And
to that.
this one, I will actually open and look at the paper, like when we get it, I'll look at the paperwork, whatever, because if there's anything weird that needs to be pronounced, I'll just call my grandma.
Yeah.
I'll call my grandma and be like, hey, Grandma Chico, like, I need to know how to spell this word. I need to know how to pronounce this word. And then she'll give me the Japanese pronunciation and then I'll write it out phonetically so that way we could
I
not
was
look
going to
like
say you should
idiots.
definitely do that because Memories of Japan includes Moonlight Samurai, Tokyo Nights, Sakura Snow, Matcha Soft Serve, Strawberry Mochi, Kimono, Arashiyama, Hinoki Meditation, and Japanese whiskey. I didn't think they did this before because I usually keep all my stuff together and I search my emails. But now, if you buy a discovery set, they give you $30 towards a full set purchase, like Kim was saying. So I'm gonna see and try and see if my old purchase we'll work with that new thing, and we'll see if we can get it to all like
It
match up and
should
stuff.
because it's tied to the
And
email. As long as you bought
yeah,
it
it
from their
does.
website, which I did. That's why I checked that last night. If I were to get a full bottle,
Hmm.
it would be the pho breakfast.
It would be the pho breakfast for you. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so the caveat being, as long as it has good performance.
I would do in the garden for me that white floral hit me in all the great spots, and then you can run away while I'm wearing it, and you sit next to me.
Yeah. If we hang out and you wear white floral, I'm going to interpret that as get the fuck away from me, you dumb
I
bitch.
no longer love you and I hate you
Yeah,
forever.
we're
Well,
not
if
friends anymore.
anybody is interested in getting the memories of Japan anyway, send me a message and let's do a set of pages together. The next one coming up is going to be Maison Dieto with Kim and I. And then Kim, Alicia, and I have Sana Jardin. On top of that, I have tons of other ones from history: Charlotte Tilbury, Diptyque, Anfas, Christian Louboutin. So get a hold of me.
So
Let's do
many.
some scented pages together and let's discover fragrances. Kim, I always appreciate you. Thank you for going to Vietnam with me. We had a great trip. I love you so
We
much.
did. It was really nice. That coffee smells so good, though. Mm-mm.
Well, have a good evening. I'll see you
All right.
later, and I'll see you on the Discord. Bye,
Okay. Bye.
everyone.